Hey, welcome back to the interactive talk show all about video games, G4 TV. Now, January is normally a month where there are not many big blockbuster games, but this year we had Resident Evil 4, which we just talked about, and the fourth game in the Irreverent Oddworld series is also coming out. It's called Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. It's a visually stunning first and third person shooter starring Stranger, a mysterious bounty hunter. But more importantly, it has a great sense of humor, and that's what the Oddworld games have always been known for, something that we really like. But anyways, I want to introduce our guest today, because joining us to talk about all things Oddworld is Lorne Lanning. He's the president of Oddworld Inhabitants. Lorne, welcome to the show. And you're also the voice of Abe, right?
Welcome to the show, Lorne.
There's the Abe voice. Now, Lorne, before we start talking about the game, I want to ask you about the console wars, because a few years you were a really outspoken proponent of Xbox. You got up on stage at E3 saying, we can do our games for Xbox. PS2 can't power our games. I remember afterwards, Jason Rubin.
I never said that.
Well, but afterwards, Jason Rubin called you guys a lazy developer, I remember, in an IGN article. And now, so a couple of years later, we look at, PS2's been much more successful than Xbox. There's been a lot of really innovative games out there. I mean, do you still agree with what you said, that Xbox is a better system?
Well, there's been a lot of, when you come to technical capabilities, the Xbox is an amazing system. It's a superior system. We never said that the PS2 won't deliver great games. The argument was about how should development costs fuel or be conducive or counterproductive to building great games. And what we were proponents of is better tools for developers, systems that were more developer friendly, so we could build better games at cheaper prices. And ultimately that would mean that more gamers got better games more frequently and had a wide variety to choose from, and developers would stay in business longer.
Which is all we want. Which is why we probably won't.
I guess.
Of course he did. Leave him alone, Jeff.
Any game that has flatulence in it, it's got to come from a guy with a sense of humor.
No, seriously. But let's talk a little bit about Stranger's Wrath. There was a tough time there. I was sweating where, it was going to be published by Microsoft, and then EA picked it up. How bad did it get? Like, how close to being canceled did we come?
Well, it's a long, interesting story.
It was back and forth for a while. I was like, it's not going to be canceled. It's not.
But Oddworld, was it ever in jeopardy? I mean, was this?
Well, I think, in our entire existence, we're alys in jeopardy. Building games.
Being an independent developer.
Us too.
Yeah, exactly. This is actually our last show as well, so it's been great knowing you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Tried.
But a small developer, it's like being a hamster in a field of tigers.
Right.
You're just waiting to be gobbled up. But the project, it was a very innovative project, and it took a long time to really get it running. We built it from scratch. We built all new technology, and in the process, the Xbox was originally targeted towards casual gamers, and Microsoft and the market proved that the hardcore gamers were really adapted to it. And this caused Microsoft to shift some of their planning reasonably slow. And at the same time, it caused us to rethink some of our planning. And it made sense for the separation from Microsoft, and the jump to EA made sense. And so far, Microsoft was always a great partner.
Well,
and Microsoft
EA's not a bad partner either.
No, exactly.
EA's not a bad partner either.
Thank God it all worked out, seriously.
So the future is a really interesting place. And at the end of the day, Stranger's Wrath made it out.
Yes.
And but the history of Oddworld, it's always been difficult, and it's difficult for all the small developers.
It's all in the name, right?
But we built something that we're proud of.
Good.
And the team did an amazing job. So.
Well, we have Tim Donnelly on the phone from Dover, New Hampshire. How you doing, Tim?
Pretty good.
Good. You have a question for Lorne?
Yeah, actually I do. I heard that there's going to be living ammo in this game. Is that correct?
Yeah, live ammo. That's right.
Yeah, and what kind of ammo is it going to be?
You can shoot Laura out of a big
And the ammo talks back to you. That's one of my favorite parts.
It's really smart-ass ammo. We're always trying to squeeze more character into the experience and give the gamer more options. So we developed a concept of all these little critters in the environment, and you hunt all these little critters, and they each have different impact and effects on the rest of the characters in the world that you would use them against. And the reason we created this is we wanted to bring something new to combat and shooting. And some of the things that you do, you have skunk bombs that make characters throw up, that incapacitate them, spiders that'll tie them up, bees that'll sting them, bats that'll blow them up. Bats are like grenades with teeth, and fuzzles that are like living landmines. So into the game, because we're at Oddworld, we're trying to bring innovative things that still play really well and try and discover some new territory.
Very inventive.
Awesome.
Thanks, Tim. We totally appreciate it. Let's talk a little bit about the Western theme. How did this you guys sitting around a round table and just go, okay, there's a lack of Western games. How about Western meets
Western
Oddworld?
comedies, no
Yeah,
less.
exactly. How did that come about?
Well, we wanted a different signature. I mean, the Oddworld games they take place on such a different universe that sometimes it's hard to communicate. And the idea of like displaced people, bounty hunters, murderous outlaws, all of these things really resonated well with the Western idea. And if we place this in a Western world, it would help people to sort of go, oh, I have an idea of what's that about. Like when you first saw Abe and you see this blue guy with stitches in his lips and he works at Rupture Farms, you go,
right.
What is that? What's going on? And so we felt if we could place it and begin it in a little bit of a familiar universe, then from there on, we'd escalate it into a more crazy place.
Right.
But at least you'd go, oh, I have an idea. It's a bounty hunter in a Western-like theme, and you're hunting outlaws.
And this looks like a great time.
And it's bizarre, and there's some crazy things happening. Okay, I get it.
I can't wait because personally, Red Dead Revolver didn't do it for me. Dead Man's Hand, not so much. Stranger's Wrath.
We've been searching for a good
Oddworld.
Western. Well, look, Lauren's going to stay and hang out because when we come back, Lauren's going to answer some true and false questions, and you're going to have an opportunity to win an Oddworld Inhabitants art book created by the very talented staff of Oddworld Inhabitants. Now, everyone's got their favorite game. You've got their favorite game. I've got a favorite game. Laura has a favorite game.
I do.
But now let's take a look at Auntie 7651's sweetest 5 games. Your voice on G4T, and here's how you get involved. Head over to our website at g4techtv.com and click on the G4TV Wanna Be a Caller form. Post your opinion in the designated thread, and we will contact you from there. See, it's pretty painless, so make your voice count.
Okay, well, Lorne has agreed to play a little game with a few lucky callers. Now, you guys, we're going to give away this book. Tina, Jeff, and I will each read off a little bit of trivia about Lorne and Oddworld, and your job on the phone is to decide if it's oddly enough it's true or it's way too odd for this world. Do you like that? Lorne, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
All right, caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm William from North Carolina.
What's up, Willie? Okay, oddly true or way too odd? Chris Rock was originally considered to play the voice of one of the furballs in Stranger's Wrath.
Oh, man. I'd say oddly true.
Lorne?
This is true.
Ooh,
Really?
you win a book! Yeah, you win a book! No, Chris Rock,
So
what happened then?
Well, you ever try to hire Chris Rock? The guy's a fortune.
He's got the Oscars to do.
That's why we got Jeff.
That's on, I know, right? Oh,
We love you, Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let's give away some more books.
All right. Hey, caller.
Yeah,
Hey, what's your name?
Matthew.
Where are you calling from, Matthew?
Larry, California.
All right, fantastic. Now, oddly enough, it's true or too odd to be true or something like that, right?
Whatever.
Abe has stitches because he has no teeth.
Not true.
That's correct.
Wow.
It's not true.
What's the real
not
answer?
true.
What's the real answer?
The real answer is he cried when he was a baby and his mom sewed his lips shut to keep him alive.
To keep him alive?
Yeah, and then it's a longer story as to why.
Oh, I bet, because if he made noise, somebody would come and kill him. And
Yeah.
Yes.
You're going to be a good mother.
I'm going to bring you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, one
All right, so he wins a book
He
too.
wins a book, too.
Exactly.
No,
All
books
right,
left.
one more. So now here's the next one. Caller, you there?
Hello?
Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?
Terrence Sanchez from San Jose, California.
Okay, cool. So here's the true or not. Now, the question is, what Lauren actually came up with the idea for Abe because he had a Kermit the Frog doll, and he actually dropped him in a vat of acid when he was younger, and that sort of birthed the idea of this Abe character. So do you think that's oddly true or not?
I'll go with true.
It's true? Is that true, Lauren?
No, it's false.
No? How did you come up with that? That's right. We hooked them.
It was the tab of acid.
How did you come up
That's
with
all
it?
the difference, right?
Abe was inspired by third world workers in conditions like Bangladesh shipping companies.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. You know,
deep.
actually, you guys were out of time today, but we want to thank all of our callers and, of course, Lorne Lanning from Oddworld Inhabitants. And, seriously, my offer for marriage still stands.
Yeah, really. He said no
Why you guys
comment.
elope right here?
Anyway, we're out of time, so see you next time.
Great job, Jeff
Call
Keighley.
Thanks.
Fantastic.
Good to see you guys.
Thank you,
Great,
Lauren.
thank you for having
Appreciate
me.
it so much.
Thanks, Lauren.
Absolutely.
Awesome to see you.